Okay, this is Marshall PC Wabash again, and it's time to do some maintenance on my generator. This thing been getting steady use since March. It's pretty much the only generator I've been using, so we're well within the hours of changing the air cleaner, the oil, or cleaning the air filter, the oil. We're going to look at the spark plug, see if I can find this fuel valve filter, and we're going to adjust the valve clearance today, but I don't have a new valve cover gasket, so I don't want to tear that apart yet. This is the original bottle that the oil came in when I bought it, so I saved it. That way I can just pour it out of here, and instead of checking, I just pour this straight in, and we'll have the proper amount. So if you get one of these, it comes with a jar of oil precisely measured to what this generator holds. Hold on to this, that way when you get one, you can fill it up with your new oil and be right on the money the first time. Alright, so we're going to get down to it. We're going to start taking it apart. I got Roxy of all things out here with me. She's being a pain in the butt. Roxanne, get over here where you belong. Alright. Got easy cover access. Put that down here out the way. Now, we got spark plug cover up here. Right down in there. Not quite enough to get my fingers in here, but we could take this cover off, and I might just do that. Yeah. Get all that out here. What's in this pile? Keys. Put these 4 screws right down in there. And there we go. That's going to be much easier to work around. Now I can reach down in here from the top and the side. Fit right on there pretty good. We're just going to check it out. Looks pretty good, but we will get a little wire brush action on it. But look, now we're going to go ahead and get this back in the hole. That way we ain't got to worry about getting it dirty, losing it, or anything like that. And you can see I hand tightened it all the way down. And now we're just going to get a little snug right there. And that should be alright. Of course that comes off. One thing about these spark plugs, the inner unscrew it, and it looks a little dark. You got to lift it up. Now, got my little catch thing right there. And this is the only way you can drain the oil out of here. Just turn it up on its side. Yes, it was definitely time for oil replacement. She is done. Yep, it was time for oil change. But I got my container over here. Waste oil container. Past these Always save your owner's manual. Oil capacity 16.9 fluid ounces. You can put 10W30 in it, 10W40. Now this depending on where you live. There's a temperature gauge down here if you're operating temperature. 5W30 says it operates in all range. 10W30, when I got here, operates down to 0 to 120. That's pretty much all the temperatures I'm going to operate in. And it says it holds 16.9 fluid ounces. So we got the original container, like I said. We're going to fill it up. That way we ain't got to guess it. So I'm just reusing. Now we're going to go ahead and put our oil down in here. There we go. We are filled up, or at least overflowing. I'm starting to see oil on the thread, so it's getting close to the top. So let's see, my dipstick is clean. Check it. And that looks good. So we're going to wipe off this entrance to the air filter clean, which is this right here, this little box. Pull that out so we're going to wipe it down. Yeah, it's a little dirty. Remove the foam element, wash in liquid detergent and water. Squeeze thoroughly dry. Saturate with oil. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Put the air filter right here. We're going to clean up this housing, because it's got some funk down in there. Come here, filter. Ah, see, that is a little seated in there. It didn't quite seat in there right when they put it from the factory, but I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Just went in the house, washed this out with some water and some detergent. Now next step is saturate with clean engine oil. So we're going to saturate it up, spread it around. Then just squeeze it. So we squeeze it. Now that thing is fully absorbed. Then it says squeeze with a clean absorbent towel, which I love shop these blue. Let's see why we got a little bit of something up underneath there. That's the intake side. This little hole gets all the oil down in, the air down in. Should fit right in this little cubby right there. We pinched it last time they put it in here. We don't want to pinch it. We want it to get right up in there where it's supposed to be. Now, take the cover, and it just goes down and snaps back over its gasket. Make sure she snaps in, because all this is a couple plastic tabs. Alright, that looks good. There we go. Got all 6. And that's the outside cover. Got a nice little weather seal gasket here. We'll put that down here with the other parts. So now we're in here. Remove the screw which retains the spark arrestor spring. Or the spark arrestor string, not spring. Alright, that's a different screw, sheet metal screw. And there it is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is a funky mess. So we're just gonna get that carved, clean it up so that it can be happy again. Carefully, because it's just a little wrap. You rub this thing too hard, it's got, it look like 3 little wells or some kind of well to get the screen together, but it ain't a whole lot there, I'll tell you. A cloud of dust and Hardy Hollow silver right there. There we go. We got it that time. Got her started. Finished it off with the little screwdriver. That way we ain't got to worry about over tightening or stripping, right? Then we go back down in the pocket because that's done. And we need 6 screws. And we just go into reverse order. Take your drill gun. Could be detrimental. They're shoulder screws, so if you crush that plastic on the inside, mess your plate up here. All I'm doing is tighten it down till it gets tight, and then just gonna a little bit like that. Nothing spectacular. Like right now it's tight. I'm just going like that. All right. Look. That part is done. Hooked back up. I ain't tearing into the cover because that is air filter, fuel bowl, nothing about a fuel valve filter. Closest thing I got was coming off the gas tank. Number 38 says fuel drainer, but that is not what the maintenance manual says. So, if anybody knows where the fuel valve filter is on a Champion 2500 watt inverter, by all means, if you're watching this video, tell me where it's at, so I can change it, because I can't find it in the owner's manual, the terminology. Alright. This is going to be done as soon as I have a new gasket, because I am not taking it apart and chancing damaging the gasket that's on there. But it's in need of service too. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this spark plug back covered up like it's supposed to be. Now that looks proper right there. I see oil kind of coming out the hole, but what I'm looking at is these top threads right here. Check it with the dipstick, and we are all the way up. We are good. We didn't overfill it. What they mean by overfilling it, some people will turn these up sideways and pour in there because they ain't got the funnel or whatever to do it the way it's supposed to be done. And then they'll put the dipstick in. Then when they turn it back over like this, instead of the oil being in the bath where it's supposed to be, it'll be up here. Way up in here somewhere above the hole, because that's where you put it on. And then it might run, but you probably get a lot of smoke, because what's going to happen is, according to some of the research I've been doing, the single piston that's in here and the rings get overwhelmed by the amount of oil pressure coming up through there, and it'll bleed past the rings and start scorching the top of the combustion chamber. Whereas when I drained it after the first 5 hours, the break-in time as they call it, champion, so we can get that cleaned up a little bit. And then it's time to put these 4 screws back in. And that goes up here. This goes down here. And then we get the 4 screws out the pocket here. We go ahead to the tab and get a hold of it. And there we are, all buttoned back up. Work it a little bit. Fire right up. No smoke. Had some white, a little bit of smoke last time. Spark arrestor was dirty. Engine oil was dirty. But it marks the PC Warbeck. I'm out.